We normally start with premium because it's not a secret that 20% of the seats sometimes represent 80% of the venue. But for the regular, we integrate this tool with any ticketing platform. As you can imagine, 3Digital Venue is a platform that allows creating 3D virtual reality representations of venues, and we help organizations in 4 different verticals, mainly for a new venue build or refurbishment. After that, once we have the venue built, we can help on either regular ticketing with our APIs where we integrate these views, or season ticketing, and last but not least is premium and VIP areas. We start the process typically with this technical information, any type of blueprints that an architect can provide. So we can talk about BIM models, we can talk about Revit models, we can talk about CAD drawings. So the challenge here is every client is different, especially when you work worldwide with Japanese people, with Chinese people, with people from Latin America. They have very different ways of doing these things. So for us, the challenge is this first part, because for the other parts, we have been creating algorithms to automatically extract the information and create basic 3D volumetries, analyze all this information that we said before, and detect anomalies and report them to the client. Let me give you an example. With some of our clients, and we can use, for instance, Atlético Madrid, when they were building the new Wanda, we detected 4,100 seats with restricted views. And that was affecting like 30% of the premium areas. Can you imagine if you go live with something like this? So this is part of the service that we deliver, and this is why our clients trust us, because if we can detect this prior to the construction, just from the information received from the architects, it's amazing, because you can save millions, sometimes hundreds of thousands, but in this case it was around $1 million. AS Roma, they have the Olympic Stadium. The Olympic Stadium is again a stadium built in the 60s. They went through 3 or 4 major renovations, and as a consequence they were trying to sell tickets, and especially season tickets, with a section division that was very complicated. So they had more than 200 different sections defined on their seat map, and as you can imagine, it was super tough just to identify which ones were the best ones. So thanks to this technology, we were able to group different areas into price areas right now. And when you're trying to buy your season ticket or your single ticket, now you have like only 8 options available. You go there, you click on a big area, then all the inventory shows up. Then you can have a pan of the entire area. You can position yourself and pick your seat in just a matter of seconds, and then proceed to checkout. So we've been reducing dramatically the amount of time you were spending on that, and the number of clicks, especially on mobile. When we worked with the Cleveland Cavaliers, we had 2 major tasks. The first task was just to virtualize the bowl and integrate every seat view with their single ticket sales. And we did that with Access, and as a consequence, we were able to increase their sales up to 12% more. For their premium inventory, you know that they are rebumping pretty much everything. So they saw an increase on additional sales of $10.1 million. With the Texas Rangers, they had the challenge of building a new ballpark in Arlington, a $1.2 billion ballpark. They asked us to build a 3D model just to help them with their sales preview center. So they have our 3D working on a cinema that they have created. So they have like a fly-through experience where you go, you sit down, they have 2 4K projectors just showing the experience with an immersive audio. I can tell you that it's really impressive. After that, with the Rangers, we also integrated the 3D model into their season ticket flow together with tickets.com. So there's an integration where you can buy your seat for the upcoming seasons, and obviously there's an integration piece for the VIP area. So you have mock suites where they dress it like the final suite is going to look like, and they project our technology just to show how the pitch view is going to look like. We have structured our business model in a way where our clients just pay a license fee, a yearly license fee, and we cover this setup and we cover this eventual changes. Obviously we cannot be changing everything every week, but normally we have like 2 or 3 changes as an average per season that we are covering with this. Thanks to the technology we use video game engines for that. Comparing video game engines with traditional rendering engines in terms of timing, a traditional rendering engine where you need to, let's say, amend 100 seats, it could take a couple of weeks just to have these. We can do this in 24 hours. So that's the main difference.